Hola, bienvenidos a nuestra Navidad. Este webinar de hoy creo que es el que más emocionada me tiene.
Hi, welcome to our webinar. Today's theme is White Christmas.
Sí, señores, vamos a ver quiénes se están conectando, Lau. Vamos a ver, aquí tengo a Esmeralda, aquí tengo a mi Sandri Guevara divina también conectada, un abrazo muy grande. Cielo, vamos a ver quiénes más están, Melissa, díganme desde dónde se están conectando. Antes de yo contarles un poco sobre este hermoso escenario que creamos para ustedes hoy, Lau. Aquí está Bogotá. Vamos a ver. Aquí está Karen desde Puebla. Ahí está Dolores, está Yami. Listo. Hoy les tenemos muchas sorpresas. Acá, ok, dale.
Today we have a lot of surprises.
Aquí les tengo una Navidad con toques en reflex verde, en reflex rojo, en dorado. Y miren estos matices divinos que estamos trabajando en este bouquet. Nuestro Infinity de coronas, miren qué divino en ese verde selva en fashion. Y este nuevo, que es una belleza, el impreso en reflex cristal rojo.
So we have today different textures. We have reflex red, crystal red, we have green, we have gold, and here we have some printed balloons. We have Feliz Navidad crown in forest green, and we have our reflex Feliz Navidad in crystal red.
Y miren este escenario que creamos. Estas bolas que lo trabajamos con cristal y por dentro le metimos otra R24, nuestros deluxe que nunca pueden faltar, tenemos rojo, tenemos el dorado y este que me encanta, Lau, que es el triángulo en dorado, que es perfecto para cualquier ocasión. Pero espérate, Lau, porque quiero también que vean este mural que está recién salido del horno, este mural en dorado divino, cómo complementa perfecto con el cartel de Feliz Navidad.
Here we have some Christmas arrangements. Here we have some bowls. Show them, Pau, perfecto. Here we have some deluxe. We have in gold and we have in red also. Here we have our triangles in gold, some serpentines. We have some napkins, our gift bags, but also look at our metallic gold mural on the back, and it's also hanging our Feliz Navidad Christmas banner.
Un escenario divino, que además quiero contarles que tienen que estar muy pendientes del reel que hicimos nosotros con el equipo, porque les vamos a mostrar cómo armamos esta belleza de árbol. Súper sencillo, cómo lo hicimos con tríos y cuartetos, y además que usamos el spray este de copos, de este de Navidad, ¿cómo se dice? El spray de Navidad falsa, que lo venden en cualquier ferretería, tienda para esta época, y simplemente lo adornamos con eso. Es una belleza. No podía faltar, Lau, nuestras bolsas de Navidad. Qué detalle más hermoso tener un obsequio y colocarlo dentro de estas bolsas. ¿Están listos?
You have to check our webinar. Soon we're gonna teach you how to make this beautiful Christmas tree. We worked it in some clusters of 3 and some clusters of 4. We attached them to the tree, and also we took some, it's like
snowflakes, fake
snowflakes, and decorate the balloons. Here we have on the bottom part of the tree some gift in Christmas theme, perfect to go with our scenario stage.
Ok, entonces vamos a pasar de esta Navidad con rojos, verdes y dorados a una Navidad que nos tiene nuestro invitado especial de hoy, directo desde el Reino Unido, nuestro amigo de Amsterdam, nuestro gran amigo Jacob. Jacob, welcome to our webinar.
Good afternoon, how are we doing? Or good morning even. Good morning to you guys. How are we doing?
We're doing great. We're expecting these white Christmas designs that you're going to make.
Yeah, you sent me a challenge, Paula, didn't you? You said, can you do something with white Christmas? So we had a little play around and yeah, hopefully we've got time to do 2 designs, but we've certainly got 1 design for this morning / this afternoon. So yeah, it should be good.
Okay, let me translate. Le estoy diciendo bienvenido a Jacob y que estamos listos para su Navidad Blanca que nos va a presentar. Jacob, it's all yours.
Fantastic.
Comencemos.
Well, thank you ever so much for having me, Sempertex. I really appreciate you having me here today. So we're going to, like I say, Paula sent me a challenge to use White Christmas. So we're going to mix some latex with foil balloons. Today we're using Reflex Silver in 5-inch and in 12-inch. We're using Fashion White in 5s and 12s. And one of my favorite balloons from Sempertex, which is the Graffiti Frost, the white graffiti print.
Ok, let me translate that. Les está diciendo que vamos a hacer una Navidad Blanca que va a usar el Reflex Plata, que va a usar el Fashion Blanco, que les va a mostrar también cómo hacer unas figuras con el globo cristal y le va a colocar unos stickers. Y le encanta el graffiti invierno de nosotros, que le fascina. Go!
Superb. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is to double stuff a 12-inch Reflex Silver into our Graffiti Frost, and we want to do 2 of those. So I'll do that first.
Va a ser un dúo
So I'm just
con
using,
el graffiti frost, con el graffiti invierno.
I'm just using a balloon stick to do that. I'm going to put another silver inside a Graffiti Frost again.
Ok, le
So
está
that's 2 of
haciendo el dúo,
those.
yes. Le está colocando el plata al graffiti.
That's 2 of those. And they're going to form part of our base along with some 5-inch whites. So the first thing I want to do is take one of these 12-inch and make it nice and big.
Va a ser las R12 y los va a coger y lo va a hacer grande. Son estas R12 en dúo. Ok.
Just like that. I'm going to downsize it to 6 inches.
Lo va a medir a 6 pulgadas, más o menos unos 14, 15 centímetros. That sometimes happened to me too.
Absolutely. The necks are getting twisted around each other, so just got to tweak them a little bit, get them out of the way.
Le estoy diciendo que esto también me pasa a mí cuando trabajamos en los dúos, y es que el globo de adentro queda como atascado, entonces él lo jala para que no tenga ningún problema.
Okay, so at that point, obviously it's not very pretty to look at. The print isn't fully expanded, the colors aren't quite right. So what I'm doing is I'm going to use these 2 12-inch balloons to create a duplicate and a pair of slightly smaller balloons, and then the print will look much better and the colors will look much better.
Are you tying both neck or just one?
Both necks, yeah, both necks are tied there, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Beth,
Él
just
está
going to tell Beth, on the top of the
amarrando
camera,
los
there's a
dos
little
cuellos.
rocker.
Fue lo que le
You can
pregunté.
zoom in and out using that.
Él está amarrando los dos cuellos y lo que
Yeah.
está diciendo que va a hacer ahora.
And then you can just use the handle on the side, on the back there to move around, okay?
Thanks, Beck.
So I want to make this into 2 smaller balloons. I'm going to pinch the knot across the top. It's tricky. And I'm going to twist them into 2 halves.
Va a ser un dúo, está haciendo un dúo.
There we go. So now the colors are looking much better. They're looking much more how they should look. And the print is much more appropriate.
Y está diciendo que le gusta hacer esto porque así la impresión del globo graffiti se ve mucho más linda porque le saca todo el brillo al globo.
So the next step is to try and tie this off. I'm going to try and do it with the necks, but it can be quite tough. So I'm just going to go around a couple of times.
Para que no se devuelva a su pareja, él lo que hace es que le gira varias veces el cuello.
And I can perhaps just about tie it off. There we go. So we've got a pair like that. Now, if I'd struggled to do that, what I could have done is tucked it under my arm and used the 260 to tie it off. So if I take the air out of the 260
Va a tomar el aire del tubito 260 porque con él va a amarrar, lo amarra.
and tie a knot in the end. If I had struggled to tie the knot, I can now grab this, tuck it right into the cluster there, round a couple of times.
Lo gira varias veces para que quede bien entrelazado
And then tie a knot.
y amarra.
And that's not going anywhere then. I'm not too worried about the 2 balloons being the same, similar size. I want the base to be organic, so that's okay. That's fine.
No trabajó los dos, como el diseño es orgánico, no le importa que los dos globos no sean del mismo tamaño.
The next thing I want to do is add in a pair of white 5-inch, the fashion finish. Again, not too worried about sizes. I'm going to make it nice and big, downsize,
Lo está haciendo
round it
orgánico,
off.
los vuelve un poquito más redondo hacia su cuerpo y esto es una pareja de R5 en fashion blanco.
And I'm going to do a second one for my duplicate. Like that. There's some there, that one. So there's 2 there, different sizes, doesn't matter.
Ok, como es
Into a
orgánico,
duplicate.
Es una pareja que es orgánica.
I'm going to just twist it into this pair here.
La está entrelazando en la pareja de graffiti que tenía. Qué linda la combinación.
Okay. And there's my first quad there.
Nice
Next thing I want
combination.
to do. Nice combination. Yeah, I really like it. I think the graffiti frost is really quite special with the reflex underneath. I like combining all those graffiti prints with a reflex. It's really special.
It's perfect for this December.
Absolutely, absolutely. Lots and lots of snow. Well, there is here. I'm sure there isn't in Colombia, but there certainly could be some snow this Christmas here in the UK. You never know. You never
We
know.
envy you for that.
I envy you for the sunshine.
Te estoy diciendo que
Ok.
la combinación está perfecta porque tiene el graffiti y parece nieve, y él dice, bueno, que obviamente ellos tienen nieve y nosotros no acá en Colombia. Dale, go.
Okay, the next thing I want to do is to take my weight and pop it into the cluster. What I want to do is I want to get the fringing on one side of the knots, and I want the concrete base on the other side of the knots. So I'm going to pass that right into the middle.
Voy a colocar en el centro la base.
Making sure the knots are on the gap there. You can see I've got my weight underneath, the fringing on top, and I'm just going to twist those two balloons around each other.
Va a entrelazar los dos globos para que ya quede ajustado la base que él está colocando. No tiene que amarrarlos, sino simplemente ya los entrelazó porque él quedó en el centro de los nudos.
There we go. That's in there now. That's not going anywhere. Locked into place. We've hidden the weight as much as we can. Or if we twisted these balloons slightly more, then we can get them out of the way a bit more. And then we want to add a second cluster.
Ahora le va a
So same
añadir
thing again.
otro
I'm
cuarteto.
going to overinflate my 12-inch.
Va a ser inflar el globo de R12 que miren que hizo con el grafiti invierno y tiene por dentro un reflex plata.
And then this time I'm going to go down to 5 inches.
Va a trabajarlo a 5 pulgadas, unos 12 centímetros.
Okay. Tie that one off again. You can see really not very pretty at all. Same thing again. Not to the base.
Ok, lo vas a dividir.
Not so bothered about tying this time. I've already got a strong base to work with, so I've tucked it under the arm.
Lo va a sostener en su mano. People is asking what are you going to show, and first are you going to show the bouquet?
Yes, bouquet first of all. Yes,
Okay.
sorry, I should have said that, shouldn't I?
No,
Bouquet
don't
to start
worry.
with.
Primero va a enseñar, están preguntando, primero va a enseñar un bouquet y después va a ser un centro de mesa. Todo con el tema de Navidad Blanca.
Okay, so another 2 5-inch white. Tie this into a duplicate.
Pues lo que está haciendo es otro cuarteto que está colocando.
There we go, there's our second one. I'm going to take my 260 now just to tie this second one into the top.
Va a entrelazar con el tubito 260 que se acuerdan que él había colocado en el primero.
Just go around a few of the balloons. Make sure I'm happy with it. I'm going to turn it to face me to start with, make sure I'm happy with it, and then I'll
Lo
look at you and you guys
coloca
can see where we've come up with.
hacia él para saber cómo es que uno lo quiere acomodar, cómo que se vea bien.
I'm pretty happy with that as you guys see it there. That's pretty okay to me. So I'm going to take that 260, tuck it right in the middle, out of the way. And that's our solid base to start with.
Ok.
Next thing we want to do is add in our standard foil to the side of that.
Va a colocarle los foil y lo que está diciendo es que el tubito lo que hizo fue que lo estiró para poder esconderlo. Go.
So I've just pre-inflated the standard foil. It's a Let It Snow again, the white Christmas theme, white, silver, and a little bit of gold in there. And I'm going to take another 260 and tie that into the base. So I'm going to take the air out of it.
That's an 18-inch foil.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, 18-inch, just a standard foil.
Ok, es un standard foil de 18 pulgadas que dice Let It Snow, que es de Navidad Blanca, y está colocando un tubito desinflado para entrelazarlo y hacer como su punto de conexión. Lo amarra.
Okay. So I've wound the neck down around the 260 and just tying it off nice and tight. Then that gives me a point to attach into the base. So I'm going to go from this side here
A
into the
ver,
cluster.
lo está entrelazando.
And now I can just get rid of this excess.
Corta el exceso, de acuerdo con el pedazo de tubito.
So there's a nice strong base to work with. And now we're going to fly our bouquet above.
Ahora le va a colocar los bouquets y miren que dejó con la base que le colocó es muy fuerte, así que va a aguantar sin ningún problema.
Okay, so what I'm using to fly the big top balloon on are some string decorations. These have got snowflakes already built into the string decoration. They work really nicely again, following the white and the silver theme.
Esta es una idea muy chévere porque lo que va a hacer es que en vez de colocar la cinta curly normal, va a colocar espirales. Estos son con temas de copos de nieve, lo cual es una gran idea. That's a nice idea. It's a really good idea.
Yeah, it's just easy, and it's already pre-made. You know, I like to use things that are there and readily available to us. As fun as it is to spend time making other bits and pieces, if there's something that's ready to be used, then why not use it?
It's not like to use always the common curly ribbon.
Yeah, that's it. Absolutely. We'll use some of that in a little while, but first of all, we're just going to use this. So they're quite long lengths here, longer than what I need, but that's fine. I'm gonna keep all of it for now, and then we can trim off and get rid of what we don't want soon.
Miren qué lindo
Then
el
this is the
foil.
super shape. Again, matches quite nicely, snowflakes, the silver and the white. And this is a handy little tip if you're pre-building things. Obviously, you can just use little clips and things like that, just to weigh things down, keep them out of the way. That comes in really handy in our showroom
That's a good
a
trick.
lot of the time.
That's a good trick too. Let me translate that. Miren lo que está haciendo, coge para que el globo con helio, que es super shape, que es de los grandes, no se le vaya, le puso un clic de esos que se usan para los escritorios. Entonces, como tiene peso, se lo va a mantener en bajito para que él lo pueda sostener cuando quiera. Super. Go.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, great. We'll get that out of the way. And I'm just going to take this
Va a
very
entrelazarle.
fine.
Okay.
Very fine. So be patient with me whilst I try and tie this off. It's fiddly, but we will do what we can do.
Miren lo que
So
está
I
haciendo,
wanna
le
make
está
sure this isn't going
entrelazando
anywhere.
la tira que es de fiesta, el producto de fiesta, que es una guirnalda de copos de nieve, como lo está amarrando muy delgadito porque ellos lo que tiene esta tira es como monofilament, un nylon muy delgadito para entrelazárselo en el cuello del globo y eso le va a servir para que quede flotando sin ningún problema. Vamos a ver, acuarela, decoraciones de sorpresa. Aquí hay muchos conectados ya en nuestro Instagram. Y en el Facebook.
Oh, I think we've done it, Paula. I think we've almost done it.
I'm telling people that you have to be really take care with that. So be careful with that.
Absolutely, yeah. It's great that it's so fine because it means you can't see it.
Yes.
But it also makes it quite. There we go. We did it. We managed it. We managed it.
It looks perfect.
Absolutely. Right, I'm going to tuck this to the side now. We'll come back to that in a second. The other thing that's really handy that we use a lot of in the showroom are these little clips, these little sticky strips on the side of the table. So now I can just tuck that in there. I'll come back to that soon. That's out of the way now.
Wow,
Another really handy thing.
Tiene como unas cintas para sostenerlo. Miren lo que chévere mientras él termina el resto del trabajo.
Okay, I want to fly some latex underneath that. I'm going to fly some white 12-inch underneath it, as well as some more double stuff reflex silver with the graffiti.
Ahora le va a
So I'm going
colocar
to pop
unos
another
dúos.
couple of reflex silver inside the frost.
Mire lo que va a hacer unos dúos, los va a inflar con helio y mire, y unos blancos y unos de graffiti dúos donde le mete por dentro ya sea blanco o le mete por dentro el reflex plata que es perfecto para el tema de Navidad Blanca. Vamos a ver.
There we go, one, and I'm going to do two of them.
Va a usar
Do
dos.
another one now. I would high float these normally, but for the purposes of today, I won't be high floating them. We'll just
Okay.
be inflating them and flying them underneath. But obviously we get much longer out of our displays if we're using high float in the latex.
Ok, él normalmente usaría high float, pero como en este caso es para este en vivo, no lo va a usar, pero él, para que le dure más tiempo los globos de látex inflado con helio, siempre usa high float.
Okay, so I'm going to, that's not quite in there. I want to get that in there properly. There we go, it's better. So I'm going to inflate these to 11 inches. Let's open up the 11-inch section there.
Va a inflarle unas 11 pulgadas, unos 27, 28 centímetros. Aquí va a usar la cinta curly en plateado.
Couple of lengths of ribbon. This is metallic silver ribbon. Again, just following the same theme. Same colors, could use white if you haven't got metallic ribbon, but we've got some nice silver metallic ribbon, so we'll go with that.
Okay.
And we want to go to 11 inches on these.
Miren cómo la va a medir. Y mírenlo que muchas veces preguntan cómo hacen, pues si estoy trabajando con helio. Y miren que lo puedes ir midiendo sin ningún problema con la caja o cualquier tema de que tengan medidos de medidora. I'm telling them to check how you size when you are using helium balloons. Because people sometimes ask that.
Cool. There's the first one. Again, I'm going to tuck it over here. We'll come back to that in a second. We'll do our second one now. Yeah, so I'm trying to keep the widest part of the balloon in this ring at all times when I'm inflating, so I know it's the right size. I don't want to waste too much helium if I can help it. Obviously, it's quite an expensive material for balloon decorators, so the least amount that we can use, the better. We don't want to use it. Don't want to be wasting any along the way.
Okay, that's really nice. Miren lo que está diciendo. Él pone el medidor al lado mientras va inflando, porque el helio es costoso y él dice, no queremos hacer un desperdicio del helio sin ninguna necesidad, lo queremos usar inteligentemente. Entonces, siempre que va a inflar con helio, pues si tiene unas medidas específicas, usa la medidora, lo cual es buenísimo porque simplemente se lo ponen al lado al tanque. A ver, me han preguntado, recuerden que la clase queda grabada. Va a quedar grabada en Instagram, la vamos a montar en YouTube y también va a quedar en el Facebook. En el Facebook le va a quedar grabada. I'm telling people that because they are asking me, Jacob, that the class will be is recorded. People can watch the class again and again on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Fantastic. No, that's great. That's great. Then I'm going to do two fashion white, again to 11 inches.
Miren el fashion blanco.
Oh no, Paula, I didn't do my ribbon this time round, did I?
Oh, the ribbon walk. Se le había perdido el ribbon. Saludos a Magali Guarín. Piñatería Plaza y Cesar, que siempre están conectados con nosotros. Viviana Granados. People is saying hi from Santa Marta, from Mexico. People is saying hi from a lot of places.
Hola. I'm sorry, that is the extent of my Spanish. My Spanish isn't great.
Le estoy diciendo a Jacob que le están diciendo y él dice hola, que ese es todo su español. Le estoy diciendo que le están mandando saludos desde Santa Marta, desde México y desde muchos lugares. Piñatería Bodega de Sueños. Así que miren que en un momento Jacob nos ha dado muchos trucos. Uno, cómo sacarle el jugo a cuando hace el dúo con graffiti, que lo dividió. El tema de usar la garland, los espirales, para no siempre simplemente usar cintas curly. Eso es un plus que le puedes dar a los bouquets. Y también está el tema de cómo midió. I'm making like a resume of 3 really good tricks that you just said. One, using this garland. Two, when you divide the round 12, the duo, the double stuff round 12, and also the thing that you size the helium balloons. So really good tips.
Perfect. Okay, there we go.
Measure,
so I'm going to start to arrange the bouquet now, and then we'll add in some other bits and pieces towards the end. I think I can't remember the way I did it on the photo, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a white, then a reflex, then another reflex, and then another white. I think that's what we're going to go with.
Él está ahí probando cómo va a armar el buquet, cómo va a ser el alto para ya poder amarrarlo. Lo que dice el lado, le deja la cinta larga, si le ven el ribbon se lo deja más largo, la cinta curly arriba para que se vea más linda la decoración.
Okay, So these snowflakes are going to get in the way when I try and tie a knot, the ones below that I don't want. So I'm going to get rid of them. And a
Ok,
little bit of
corta
this
lo que ya no
excess.
necesita.
And I'm just going to tie it in a knot to start with.
Le está amarrando.
Okay, so there's the bouquet.
Así
I'm
ya
going to
sabe
take those
exactamente dónde
into
está su
the
buquete.
cluster,
Lo entrelaza
round a
en
couple
el
of
cluster.
times. There we go, slide that on there. I'm going to get rid of some of this, but I do want to kind of keep it as part of the design too. I quite like the idea of having that in there. So I'm just going to get rid of a little bit extra, get rid of them, and the curl on the bottom here.
Cortó una parte, pero también va a dejarle otra parte para que haga parte, o sea, haga parte del diseño de la decoración.
There we go.
Perfect.
Curl these underneath here.
Miren que también le
Actually,
hace
that's probably
curly la
a bit
parte de
long.
arriba. Ok, está muy largo, entonces lo está cortando y le hace el curly. Nice.
Just like that.
It looks nice with the
then
long ribbon.
Good. I'm going to use this leftover here.
Va a usar estos sobrantes. Vamos a ver.
Nothing goes to waste.
Nada se desperdicia. Miren qué chévere.
That one's a bit crinkled, so we get rid of that one. 2 bits on that one. And 1 there, okay. So I'm going to take a 5-inch now, and I'm just going to finish off the latex underneath.
Okay.
So if I take a 5-inch here, make it quite large. And the same thing we did with the 12s there, where we shrunk them down and made them into 2 smaller balloons, and do the same again.
Va a coger una
Really nice and small.
blanco y la infló grande y va a hacer lo mismo que hizo con el dúo con el impreso de graffiti. Lo va a dividir.
Same thing again, not to the other side. These are much easier to tie now, so now I can pull my neck through, round a couple of times.
Entrelaza el cuello, lo amarra, ya les queda listo y ajustado.
So there's one.
Okay.
I'm going to do a reflex silver under the white, and I'll do the white underneath the frost.
Va a poner un ojo de reflex. Saludos desde Barranquilla, Caterina. Aquí está desde Armenia. ¿Cómo se llama este? Para yo saludar. Fiestas y Party de Armenia, Quindío. Mara desde Córdoba. Viviana Granados. Miren que está dividiéndolo porque lo va a decorar. Are you going to put that on the neck of
Yeah, these are going to live under here.
Yeah.
So the reason for using one balloon is obviously we don't want to put too much weight on these latex.
Okay.
So I can then just pass those in there.
Miren, para decorar el cuello, y la idea de usar solamente un globo dividido es para no poner mucho peso en el globo con helio, así que ahí te va perfecto, te decora y no le añades demasiado peso. Wow.
Okay. A little bit of line can also go under here as well.
Miren, que no
Then we
desperdicia
can
nada.
fly a snowflake under there, and that. And then the white one can live under here.
Coloca el blanco. Lo coloca y se lo entrelaza. Y miren que los mismos pedacitos que le van sobrando los va guardando.
This time we have a couple.
Lili desde Maracaibo, Venezuela. Decoraciones Globos Medellín.
Actually, that's not going to be long enough. We can start another one.
Acá tiene otros.
There we go.
Miren que ahí está amarrado todos. Qué lindo le quedó. A ver, Anita desde Ecuador. Viviana Granados. Jacqueline Hernández desde Barranquilla. A ver.
There's some balloons under there, don't we?
Miren, Jacob está haciendo un bouquet súper lindo de Navidad Blanca. Otra vez va a dividirlos. Saludes a Carlitos Arevalo de Acertijo. A beautiful
Too
moment.
aggressive.
Recuerden que va a quedar grabado, todo queda grabado para que ustedes lo puedan ver en Facebook, en Instagram, en YouTube. Miren qué lindo, le quedó súper lindo el buquete. Muy lindo. It looks so nice. This white
Good.
Christmas bouquet, yeah. Let us know.
Good, good, good. Oh, don't like that though. It's flying funny, Paula. There we go. That's better.
And I like that you don't waste anything. You reuse everything.
Try to, yeah. I mean, green messages are really important at the minute. We want to be as protective as our environment if we can, and we don't want to be putting anything in the bin if we can help it. We want to use every last bit if we can try. Obviously, sometimes there are instances where we can't, but where we can, we always try to.
Le estoy diciendo que qué lindo que reutiliza todo y me dice que bueno, que es un mensaje para el medio ambiente y él trata de, a medida de lo que pueda, todo reutilizarlo y trabajarlo.
Okay, last one.
Okay, we are ready with the bouquet.
Very, very nearly. Very nearly. Oh.
Voy a colocar el último
we
paso
go.
del garland.
Last little bit.
Jacob, this doesn't add too much weight to the balloons to the helium balloons, no?
No, these ones are just a really
thing?
fine plastic and foil, so they don't add too much at all.
Okay.
It's not going to go anywhere, and that's another reason why we just use the one balloon. As I said, we don't want to put too much weight in there.
Okay. Le estaba preguntando que si no añadía mucho peso y me dice que no, que ya lo he trabajado y que como esto son pedacitos de foil, estos copos de nieve son hechos de foil, que es muy liviano, no le va a añadir y por eso él solamente usa un R5 dividido.
Okay, and then the last little thing that I want to add today is this little glitter snowflake, just a little decoration.
Miren que le va a colocar,
just into the bottom here.
La coloca al final, esta sí tiene glitter, que tiene escarcha, una decoración de copo de nieve. Yay!
There we go. So that's the bouquet.
Yes.
There we go. That's the one. All right. So we'll tuck that aside, and if it's okay with you, Paula, we'll get straight onto it, and we'll do this little snow globe.
Yes. Go. Now vamos a hacer.
Okay,
now he's
perfect.
going to make the centerpiece.
A little bit of prep.
A ver,
Not
aquí
too much.
Let me say hi. Who's saying hi? Carmen Leticia Villera, Carmonchis, Noemí Zúñiga, qué divino tu sticker, Liliana Uribe, Mane García, a ver, Marjulit, Luis David, de Decoraciones Cel, Hazael.
Okay. Mouthful of water.
It's important to be hydrated.
Sorry. There we go. That smelled better.
Le dije, es importante estar hidratado. That's 18 inch?
So this is 18 inch.
Okay.
But some people may be surprised that perhaps we're not using the stuffing balloon.
Is it stuffing?
You could use a stuffing balloon.
Okay, no.
But I don't have the stuffing machine.
Okay.
So I'm going to show people today how we can do similar things without the stuffing machine.
Miren qué chévere lo que nos va a enseñar Jacob. Está usando una R18 cristal, no es la stuffing porque él no tiene máquina de stuffing, pero les va a mostrar cómo puedes trabajar sin tener máquina de stuffing.
Okay, right. Step number one. In fact, we'll make the base first. What we'll do, we'll make the base first.
Van a hacer la base.
So I'm making 5 balloon clusters,
En un
4 fashion white
de
and
fashion
1
blanco
reflex
y de un
silver.
reflex plata. Okay.
The first one, the one on the bottom, is inflated to 5 inches. The next one up is 4.5, and the one smaller than that is 4.
El primero está a 12 centímetros 5 pulgadas y el segundo está más o menos a unos 10 y medio 11 centímetros, unas 4 y medio pulgadas.
So similarly to previously, we're going to inflate them larger, let them down to 4 inches. Again, this gives them a much nicer round shape.
Lo va a poner a 4 pulgadas y le hace la forma redondita.
Oops, a daisy. There we go.
A ver.
That down to 4. Now, when it comes to 5 balloon clusters, I want to tie as few knots as possible. And that's for a time thing and also for neatness in the middle there. Obviously, the more knots you do, the more time it takes.
Okay.
So we're going to try and keep that to a minimum. So in my 5 balloon clusters, I do 2 knots. One is to tie the first 3 balloons together, and the second is to tie the other 2.
Okay.
So there's 2 there. I've started my duplet, and I'm just going to tuck those underneath my fingers so they're not going anywhere.
Ok, lo que va a hacer ahora es que para que mostrarnos a nosotros cómo hace él los quintetos, no le gusta hacer muchos nudos, porque entonces se ve feo el diseño. Entonces él lo que hace son 2 nudos. Uno, une los 3 globos, o sea, hace el trío y hace un solo nudo, y después hace un nudo de pareja. Go.
Fantastic. Right, okay, so there's my other one. 4 inches again. So now this can be tied in. So I'm going to, in the same way I would tie a duplet, but I'm keeping 2 of the necks in one hand and the single neck in the other. So it's just 1 knot.
Ok. Lo que hizo fue que la pareja la tenía agarrada a los 2 cuellos y el tercer globo es con el que entrelaza. Así ya acaba de hacer su primer nudo. Y ahora la siguiente pareja hace el segundo nudo y los une para hacer un quinteto. Chévere porque también le ayuda a ahorrar tiempo no haciendo tantos nudos.
Okay, and then the reflex.
People is saying here that the design is perfect for a Christmas dinner.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. There we go. Now I've got all of my 3 5-inch clusters. The 5-inch one at the bottom. We'll get rid of this now. Don't need that anymore. Let's get that out of the way.
¿Tiene sus quintetos listos?
I'm going to use a small water weight. I would get away with a foil weight as well, but whatever you choose to use, I'm going to use a small water weight.
Va a usar una R5 con agua, pero también podrías usar una base como la que él usa ahorita. Depende de lo que se sientan más cómodos para trabajar.
So that's locked in the bottom there.
La basecita es como de cemento, la otra, sí.
Next is the 4.5, and I'm gonna spiral the 5-inch, the reflex silver up the clusters.
Le va a dar forma de
So
espiral.
place that one on the top.
La primera tiene 5 pulgadas, la segunda tiene 4,5. 5 pulgadas viene siendo 12 centímetros y después viene a 11 centímetros. Después le puede trabajar a 10. Go.
So I've just grabbed a neck from the bottom cluster. I pulled it up through the middle, around the balloons.
Los está entrelazando con los
Locks those
cuellos.
into place.
Ahora va el tercero. Acuérdense que va en espiral.
The next one, again, grabbing a neck from below. Snap on top. Locks into place. There we go. Really simple base, sturdy, because I've got a water weight in the bottom there. It's not going to go anywhere.
Listo, tiene su base lista.
And we'll go for the main body of the balloon on the top there. So like I said, 18-inch
Una R18
clear to start with.
cristal para comenzar. Les va a mostrar cómo ese va a ser como la parte principal del centro de mesa.
I'm going to place it nice and big.
Lo va a inflar no tan grande.
And I'm just going to allow that to relax a little bit. Now that gives me something to work with then.
Va a
Give me
dejar,
some space to put things in.
va a dejar el espacio, le saca el aire. Así se queda sobreinflado y queda más flexible el globo.
I'm rolling the neck down now on the 18-inch. Obviously, if you've got a printed version, you could do printed balloons as well. There's no reason why it has to be the clear one.
Puede ser
And I'm
también
going
con
to
globo
open that
impreso.
neck nice and wide.
Le enrolló el cuello y ahora le va a colocar la manita para que le abra el cuellito.
I'm using silver and white tissue confetti.
Va a usar confeti blanco y
And I'm
plateado
going
para
to use the
colocar adentro.
majority of the box inside this balloon. So it's a total of almost 50 grams, I think.
O sea, tiene 50 gramos, va a echar casi
Actually, not as
toda
many
la
as that.
caja.
Look at this mess, Paula.
That means that you are doing a great job, because when we are making some designs or decorations, it's always like that. It's not a clean place.
Absolutely.
Me está diciendo, mira el desorden que estoy haciendo. Y le dije, eso significa que estás haciendo una buena decoración, porque ustedes saben que cuando estamos trabajando, por más que el diseño va a quedar muy limpio y muy lindo, al principio no es así. Siempre hay un poquito de desorden.
There we go. Okay.
Sí, las medidas son, Ximena, las medidas son de 5 pulgadas, 4 pulgadas, 4 pulgadas y medio y 4 pulgadas. Ok.
That's element 1 on the inside there. And the next thing I'm going to use are the cotton balls that are on this string decoration. So these cotton balls are like the ones for makeup removing, that kind of thing. And they come on line. Again, all pre-tied. But I'm going to cut them off of those lines and I'm going to use them inside the balloons.
Va a usar unos copos de nieve, miren que son como de algodoncitos. Los está cortando porque ellos vienen agarrados.
And it's just to give me a different texture in there as well. So I'm going to use lots of different textures, the balloons, these cotton balls. We've obviously got the tissue confetti. We could put in some silver door curtain. You know, really you can add anything you want. You know, it really is your design to change and adapt. I'm just going to put a few in there for now.
Son de diferentes, le mete diferentes texturas. Miren que está metiendo diferentes texturas aquí. Le pueden colocar todo lo que ustedes quieran. Laura le va a poner la base, acuérdense que fue de 5 pulgadas, 4 pulgadas y medio y 4 pulgadas. Ya se lo vamos a escribir.
Next thing is I'm going to put a few of the reflex star prints in here.
Va a colocar unos reflex. Miren que lo está haciendo con el globo desinflado.
So I'm just using a balloon stick to get it inside. A couple of pumps, that's all I want. I'm going to do lots of different sizes as well. Again, just for difference, point of difference.
Lo va a hacer de
Pulling
diferentes
tight on the
tamaños.
neck and tying the knot as close to the body of the balloon as I can. And then I'm going to get rid of the excess because we don't need that bit. So
Corta
I can go.
y le quita los excesos. Miren lo que es la forma de trabajar. Lo está trabajando todo con el globo desinflado. Solamente lo que hizo fue expanderlo.
Find some room down the edge of the balloon.
Nice way to work, because you work with the clear balloon uninflated. Just expand it a little bit.
Absolutely, yeah. So I inflated it big to relax the latex, to give me some room to work with. And then probably at this point now, I'm struggling a little bit with room. So what I'm going to do is put a bit more air in. And then that means that moving forwards, we'll have a bit more space.
Ahora lo que va a hacer es que ahí sí le va a colocar un poquito más de aire para que se pueda mover y pueda inflarlos. Y le estoy diciendo que mira que qué chévere, porque infló, metió y todo, y solamente trabajó fue con el globo expandido. A ver, ¿quién más está por aquí? Carla, ¿quién nos manda saludes?
Este era de 18, ¿verdad?
Sí, el globo transparente que está trabajando Jacob es una R18. Puedes trabajar también stuffing, pero él dijo que no la tenía, entonces que trabajó R18.
I think we'll stick with 3 of these reflex with stars.
Está metiendo 3 globos reflex y les corta siempre el cuello.
Roll that neck back down. That's come unrolled.
Va a volver a bajar el cuello porque va a usar la pinza.
And then we'll go with some whites. Probably going to try and squeeze 4 white in here.
No, va a colocar ahora otro fashion blanco. Lo que está haciendo es que bajó el cuello para poder meter el R5 que va a inflar. A ver, decoraciones Done. Adriana, que genial el inflador. Y de acá, no te preocupes que si quieres saber dónde están nuestros distribuidores en nuestra página web www.sempertex.com, te dice todos los distribuidores que tenemos alrededor del mundo. Por ejemplo, Amscam es nuestro distribuidor en el Reino Unido. Y ellos venden y manejan todos los temas de foil. You sell all these designs, right? All these foils and these garlands, right? Amscan?
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. They're all Amscan products. Some of our South American friends should be able to find them in South America too, not just here in the UK, which is great. They should be available in all around the world.
They can go to your website, right? Just to check who sells in other part of the world?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, if you head to amscan.co.uk, there on the contact us page, you'll find the addresses of the offices around the world. And then you'll be able to find your local distributors to yourselves. So yeah, hopefully you'll be able to find the majority of these products. If not, there's a lot of other manufacturers that do similar product too. I'm sure you can find the version where you are. And if you really wanted to, one of my favorite things to do at Christmas is obviously make paper snowflakes. There's no reason why you couldn't introduce those into your decor too. So here's something that's pre-made, but obviously there's no reason why you couldn't make it yourself.
Okay, let me translate that. Le estaba diciendo de que todos esos productos que ven los foil, todo esto de Navidad son de Amscan, de ellos mismos, y me dice que pueden ingresar a la web de www.amscanuk.com y van a ver quiénes son los distribuidores en otros países. Ya Lauri les pasó el link, que les está pasando por Facebook y por Instagram, el link para que puedan también ingresar por Colombia a nuestra página web y sepan dónde conseguir Sempertex en varias partes del mundo.
Okay, so I've put 3 of the reflex styles in there, 4 of the fashion whites, and now I'm going to inflate it to the size that I want it to be ultimately on the top of my piece.
El link.
Arriba yo lo veo.
I think that's probably about right on the top of that.
Yes, that's the right size. Miren qué lindo la R18, la estaba midiendo y ya la cerró.
So I've tied that off. I'm going to use a 260 now on here as well. And the 260 I'm going to use to help me tie into the base. I could pull that neck in there. No reason why I couldn't, but I'm shaking because Paola makes me really nervous, you see. So I'm going to tie a 260 and do it that way.
Está diciendo, y entonces me echa la culpa a mí porque tú estás diciendo, no, él podría también entrelazar el cuello en la base, pero está usando un tubito y entonces me dice que es por mí, pero está haciendo un trabajo maravilloso y mire que parte de eso es porque también va a usar los extremos de los tubitos para hacer otras cosas.
There we go.
Y ya
Nice and tight. We'll do a second knot.
se va a hacer un segundo nudo para estar seguro. Ok.
There we go.
Lo coloca en la base.
Place that onto our base, and I've kept 2 sides this time. The reason being is I'm going to tie it all the way down.
Mírenlo para lo que le sirve el tubito, porque el tubito lo ayuda a poder bajar. No queda tan tensionado el globo y queda muy bien agarrado.
And I'm going to pass each side back to the other side. Lock it into place.
Lo entrelaza. People is asking me, what do you do when, now you are working on an interior, the design, but when you take this crystal balloon outside and it doesn't stay the same, what do you do? Usually, what do you do?
Yeah, well, for me, I would use High Shine or Balloon Shine, any of those.
Okay.
They're really great products. Even inside, in a couple of weeks' time, it's going to be really cloudy. A little bit of High Shine or something like that is going to really bring it back to life.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I would do personally. Yeah.
Cloudy, that's the word. Miren, lo que hace Jacob es que él, así sea que lo esté usando aquí en interiores o en exteriores, él usa el High Shine porque le da brillo por muchas semanas, porque él dice, en unos días ya es lo que va a pasar es que se me torna como una nube, te torna un poquito opaco, pero con el High Shine le funciona perfecto.
Okay. I mean, the other thing as well, Paola, though, is it kind of looks frosted, right?
Yes.
On a cold, frosty morning, maybe? I don't know. That's another way to think about it too.
It works for this white Christmas.
Absolutely. So the next thing I'm going to do is apply a winter scene. This has got some houses on it, and I just want to make it look like a snow globe. Again, if you can't get hold of these, there's no reason why you couldn't go online and find a silhouette and then print it out on your vinyl cutting machine or something similar.
Yeah.
These are window decorations, so they're designed to stick to a window, but they work perfectly well
Miren qué
on
chévere.
balloons too.
Esto es una decoración para la ventana, son vinilos y él dice, puedes también descargarlo de internet e imprimirlo en la máquina donde normalmente impriman cuando coloquen el Happy Birthday y todas esas palabras que le pegan a los globos. Y aquí, miren que lo que va a hacer, is that a glue dot, right? Yes.
Yeah, it's a glue dot, and that's only because it doesn't stick.
Okay.
Obviously, if you were using vinyl back at home, then it would. But for me, I'm just using these window stickers. So I need to use something to get them to stay.
Ok, como es de vinilo, pero para lo de ventanas, él está usando puntos de silicona para que se pegue bien. Pero dice que si usas el vinilo normal que usamos para los globos, las que usan en la Cameo, los que le hacen, no vas a tener ningún problema y no tienes que usar estos puntos de silicona.
There we go. I want to put another glue dot on this edge here. I'm going to spin it round in a sec. I'm just doing it to try and get it straight. I'm going to keep it pointing to me for now.
Lo está colocando hacia él para poder verlo y le va a poner le puso otro punto de silicona. Ay, pero qué lindo el escenario.
There we go. Right, so that's the first piece on there.
Ay,
I'm going to put another one.
Es como, miren, un pueblo de Navidad Blanca, todo bello. Además, la idea de que en verdad es un vinilo y acuérdense que ahora los venden mucho de esos que se decoran en la ventana. Súper la idea. I love that idea. I thought it was a vinyl just for a sticker for balloons. I didn't thought about using a sticker for windows.
Yeah, these are just the window stickers. But like I say, if you can't get hold of these, there's lots of different silhouettes that are available on Google Images or whatever. And then you can just put that through your vinyl cutting machine and cut out your own silhouette.
But nice.
If you had some iconic landmarks in your own town, it'd be quite cool if you could find a silhouette of that and put those iconic landmarks on these balloons.
Miren que le estoy diciendo que es súper la idea porque no lo había pensado que usarlos de ventana. Y entonces él dice que tú puedes descargarlo hasta de internet, hasta podrían, piensen ustedes, por ejemplo, si estoy en Barranquilla y quiero hacer la ventana al mundo, la descargo y la imprimo y la colocamos en el globo.
See, for me, if I could do the Big Ben, Buckingham Palace, all those iconic British landmarks, that would be really quite cool.
That would be nice. Miren que me está diciendo, es como si él, por ejemplo, para su país, él le encantaría hacer el Palacio de Buckingham o, por ejemplo, el Big Ben. O sea, sería súper chévere para colocarlos en un globo.
And
Qué lindo. Ay, parece un pueblito navideño.
there we go. Okay.
It looks
And
exactly
then
like
the
a
other
Christmas
thing
town.
that comes with these window stickers are the snowflakes. I mean, these are quite plain at the moment. So what I'm going to do is just add a few snowflakes, again with a glue dot on the back. And then that will just pick up on the same theme. You could use more of the reflex printed stars or any other prints that you might wish to use.
Miren que lo está haciendo con los copitos de nieve que sobraban, le está poniendo puntos de silicona. Puedes usar también cinta doble faz. Y lo que está haciendo en este punto es que también dice que podrías usar las R5 impresas de estrellitas, todos los diseños que le quieran poner. Ay, ¿por qué?
Nearly there.
A ver, miren que le va colocando. Miren qué lindo el escenario, un escenario perfecto, con centro de mesa y con bouquet. This is a perfect scenery with a centerpiece and a bouquet.
Absolutely, yeah. So they can both work alongside one another as well as individually. There's no reason why you couldn't use one without the other or use both together. Okay, so that's. I'm not going to keep going with all the stickers. People can see me apply a sticker. You know, they know what to do. So that's kind of the majority of the sticker work. Then what I want to do is kind of work in some LED lights. These are just about 2 meters in length, I would think. Just in a small battery pack.
Va a colocar luces de Navidad. Miren que son luces LED para trabajar.
Unravel that. I'm going to tuck that underneath. Just turn one. Now, when I sent you photos, Paula, they look quite blue. I don't know how they look on the camera today. They are supposed to be white, but they might look quite blue on the camera.
Miren que me va a mandar fotos para nosotros colocarla porque se puede ver, la idea es que la luz es blanca, pero por la cámara se puede ver azul.
So I'm just going to work all the way around, weaving in and out.
It looks a little bit blue. But it looks nice too. Miren qué sencillo lo que le está añadiendo, y estas luces LED que las podemos encontrar sobre todo en esta época, lo podemos encontrar en todas las tiendas navideñas. Se maneja con batería. A ver, miren lo que está añadiéndolo, solamente lo está entrelazando alrededor de los globos. Ajá, le quedó súper lindo. Sandoya desde Ecuador, Angelita Sierra se acaba de unir.
There we go.
Jacob, it looks so nice. Please put the bouquet.
It's good, exactly, yeah, look side by side.
And
then to tie it in a little bit more, we can use the same little glitter snowflake decorations, and we can just tuck those.
Miren que le está entrelazando las copos de nieve que son con escarcha. Solamente es para añadirle más detalles. Pueden añadir todos los detalles que ustedes quieran. Divina la Navidad Blanca, se ve bellísimo con la luz y todo. Bueno, aquí estamos Laura y yo diciendo que estaba divino todo.
There we go. And there we have it.
Jacob, you have to send me the picture. There.
Yeah, you want the photos? We can do that.
Yes, and you can upload too on your Amscan stories and tag me. It looks amazing.
We will. We'll tag you in them. Yeah. So there we go. There's a couple of different bits and pieces there. Obviously, just a couple of basic designs. You can take them and run with them any which way you wish. But hopefully, I've shown you a couple of bits where we can use the foil alongside the latex. A couple of techniques using the graffiti frost, and hopefully a couple of ideas that you can have a play with.
Miren que le estoy diciendo a Jacob que nos va a mandar fotos, que las copien en sus historias y que nos taguee porque le quedó espectacular todo el montaje. Jacob nos regaló una Navidad Blanca, unos tips buenísimos para hacer un centro de mesa y para hacer un bouquet. Así que está bellísimo. Jacob, thank you very much. Everybody saying that they love your white Christmas designs.
Good. That's what we like to hear. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining me. I really do appreciate it.
See you in the next time, and thanks to Beth and all the whole Amscan crew because they make a really, really good work with the Zoom.
Yeah, thank you. No, we've got Beth behind the camera, Jen sat in front. So yeah, no, thank you ever so much. And Merry Christmas, everyone. Feliz Navidad.
Ay, sí, Feliz Navidad. Gracias a todos. Feliz Navidad. Un abrazo. A big hug. Bye, bye. See you next time.
Bye, bye, everyone. See you soon.
Gracias.
Stay healthy.
Nos vemos en la próxima. Feliz Navidad para todos.